Wife just wanted to eat one bite of the bun, but the husband moved the bun away, saying it was the secretary's favorite. He was planning to take it to the office for the secretary later. To comfort his wife, he picked up a shrimp dumpling to feed her. The wife silently put down her chopsticks. She said they had been married for 7 years. Didn't the husband know she was allergic to shrimp? The husband, upon hearing this, thought his wife was making a fuss. He threw down his chopsticks and was about to get up and leave. The wife stopped him. She took out a piece of women's underwear she found at home the day before. She reminded him to return it to the secretary. Seeing this, the husband wanted to explain, but the wife didn't pursue their relationship. She only reminded him to tell the secretary not to leave personal items behind in the future. At this moment, the husband still didn't realize his wife was planning to leave him. It turned out that just the night before, the woman had driven for 10 hours to help her husband with a business deal. She accidentally got into a car accident. When she called her husband to inform him, he lied, saying he had work at the company and couldn't make it. But the next second, she saw her husband driving a sports car, speeding past with the secretary. The woman's husband's indifference had long since become something she was used to, but she didn't want her unborn child to grow up without a father. Who would have thought, after being sent to the hospital, the doctor told her the news that she had miscarried. Devastated, she was about to call her husband, but then she saw he had updated his moments on social media. In his post, her husband made a self-reflection, saying that he planned to take the secretary out for a nice dinner after work, but due to work, he had kept the secretary hungry for 10 minutes, so he apologized to the secretary in his post. He promised to be a better boss from now on. At that moment, the woman realized her husband had been lying to her. She thought back to the promises he made to her when they got married 7 years ago, but now, he had never posted a single photo of her, his wife, on his social media. At this point, she had completely given up on him. So, she called the CEO who had been trying to recruit her in the past. When she got home, she waited for the contract from the CEO. She planned to sign it and leave her husband, who didn't care about her at all. Just then, her husband came home, carrying a bag and drunk. He noticed his wife hadn't made the usual calming soup for him, so, he began to blame her, not giving her any chance to explain. He stormed off angrily. Seeing this, the woman no longer had any attachment. She immediately signed the contract. The next day, the scene from the beginning happened. She just wanted to eat a bite of the bun but was stopped by her husband. He said the bun was the secretary's favorite. He was going to take it to the office to give it to her. Perhaps the husband felt a little guilty about this matter, so today, he made an exception and offered to take her to work. Before the wife could say anything, the husband received a call from the secretary. He learned the secretary was having stomach pains due to her period, and immediately said there was an urgent matter at the company, then left. When the wife arrived at the office, she happened to overhear 2 employees gossiping about her husband and the secretary. They said they had just seen the CEO hugging the secretary and entering the office together. The wife was completely disappointed in her husband, so she decided to resign and end this 7-year marriage. As she packed her things to leave the office, she suddenly found a fake ring in the drawer. This ring was the one her husband had given her 7 years ago. He had promised to buy her a real ring and propose to her in the future. But now, their company was about to go public, and yet their marriage could no longer continue. In the end, she threw the ring, which symbolized their love, into the trash. She decided to sever all ties with her husband from that moment on.